Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle Armor Games Bundle of April 2025. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle, and have the opportunity to gain early access to videos by buying a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-Fi. Your support means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have In Stars and Time, a turn-based RPG that traps you in an endless time loop only you can remember. As Sifrin, you and your found family party are on a mission to defeat a tyrannical king, but just when victory is within reach, time rewinds, forcing you to start over. With each loop, you piece together new strategies, unravel deeper mysteries, and fight to break free from the cycle. This game delivers an emotionally charged story with a unique cast of characters, each carrying their own struggles and secrets. It does not just explore time loops, it examines how past experiences shape identity, relationships, and resilience. The writing is some of the best in any medium, seamlessly blending humor, heartbreak, and existential dread. Visually, its black and white pixel art is striking, with expressive character portraits that bring every interaction to life. The music, while simple, amplifies key emotional moments. Gameplay revolves around turn-based combat with a rock-paper-scissors mechanic that, while easy to grasp, cleverly ties into the themes of repetition and strategy. The repetitive nature of the loops might feel frustrating at times, but that's the point. It mirrors Sifrin's own exhaustion, making the eventual breakthroughs even more powerful. If you love narrative-driven indie RPGs like Undertale or Omori, this game is a must-play. It is a beautifully crafted experience that'll stay with you long after the credits roll. Prepare to laugh, cry, and question everything as you fight for a future worth remembering. And number 2 we have Kamaeru, a frog refugee, a casual strategy and builder game that puts you in the shoes of Cleo, a girl returning to her childhood wetlands to create a frog sanctuary. With an adorable art style and cozy atmosphere, it seems like the perfect relaxing experience. But beneath the surface, it is surprisingly complex. The game introduces multiple mechanics, including frog breeding, wetland restoration, and resource management. You'll catalog frogs in your Froggydex, collect insects to tame them, and try your luck for the gene-based breeding system. While this sounds engaging, it often feels more like work than play. Even hours into the game, you'll still be dealing with tutorials and explanations. The breeding system is particularly frustrating, as it relies heavily on luck, making it difficult to obtain specific frogs. There are a variety of characters who contribute to the gameplay, providing new mechanics and assistance, such as bug catching or furniture customization. Managing the wetlands also adds another layer of depth, with a bioscore system that dictates which frogs appear. While the game is charming, the sheer number of mechanics to juggle makes it feel overwhelming rather than cozy. Playing with the controller can be especially frustrating due to clunky controls, but the mouse and keyboard experience is more manageable. If you enjoy strategic gameplay and don't mind a bit of trial and error, you might enjoy it. However, if you're looking for a simple, relaxing experience, this might not be the right game for you. And number 3 we have Baladins, a charming mix of Paper Mario's art style and the storytelling depth of Dungeons & Dragons. You step into a whimsical world, choosing from different character classes, each of its own stats and abilities. Your mission is to outsmart a time-eating dragon within a 6-week time loop, ensuring its hunger is satisfied before time itself vanishes. The turn-based mechanics blend seamlessly into a narrative-driven experience. As you progress through loops, you enhance your skills, similar to a D&D character, by completing tasks at various locations on the game board. These skills are not just crucial for defeating the dragons, they also help in interacting with the game's quirky cast of NPCs. However, the game clearly leans toward cooperative play. While multiplayer can make a fantastic experience, solo players may find the challenge unfair. There is no built-in way to control multiple characters at once, and without Steam's SharePlay integration, playing alone feels like a disadvantage. A simple fix would be allowing solo players to fill their party with AI-controlled characters. Despite this, Baladins excelled in charm. The paper cutout visuals are vibrant, and the humor-packed writing keeps you engaged. NPC quests range from silly distractions to serious dilemmas, sometimes leading you astray from your main goal, only to realize too late that time is running out. Baladins is a delightful RPG that rewards creativity and teamwork. If you love time loops, strategy, and storytelling, it is worth a try, especially if you have friends to join the adventure. And number 4 we have Bear and Breakfast, a charming simulation game that offers you a unique experience as Hank, a lovable but somewhat clueless bear embarking on an adventure to transform abandoned buildings into profitable bed and breakfasts. It serves as a refreshing departure from a typical farming simulator, reminiscent of The Sims rather than Stardew Valley. As Hank, you navigate the intricacies of managing various currencies, crafting recipes, materials, food, furniture, and time to turn your wilderness establishments into successful ventures. The gameplay involves constructing rooms, placing doors and windows, and managing scores like comfort and hygiene. Bear and Breakfast's simulation aspects work remarkably well with mouse and keyboard, offering a delightful puzzle-like experience as you optimize your limited space. The game introduces an endearing cast of characters, each contributing to your path to prosperity. From your caring mom to quirky animals like Gus the possum and Took the raccoon, the dialogue is consistently hilarious, creating an engaging atmosphere. The hand-drawn characters and landscapes add charm to the game, capturing the essence of diverse biomes within a handful of zones. However, Bear and Breakfast is not without its flaws. Occasional movement bugs and pacing issues, where progress feels either too rapid or sluggish, can disrupt the flow. Despite these setbacks, the satisfaction of unlocking new room types and experimenting with decorations, coupled with the game's unique charm, make it a worthwhile experience. Bear and Breakfast may not compete with sprawling outdoor simulators like Stardew Valley, but its smaller scope and focused gameplay provide a cozy and enjoyable getaway. And number 5 we have Swords and Souls, Neverseen, a light-hearted action RPG that combines simple visuals with surprisingly engaging gameplay. You crash into an island as a puppet-like character and quickly dive into turn-based battles, quirky humor, and addictive skill training. While the game will not win awards for deep storytelling, it delivers exactly what it sets out to: a fun, easy-to-pick-up experience. The art style is bright, cartoonish, and reminiscent of classic Flash games. The 2D graphics are simple but consistent, creating a playful atmosphere that suits the game's casual nature. Combat is straightforward yet strategic. While battles follow a classic RPG turn-based setup, you actively participate by timing your blocks and managing cooldowns on special attacks. This makes encounters more interactive than traditional auto-battle systems. A major part of the game is training, where you improve stats through minigames. These are not just grindy chores, they're engaging and rewarding, offering a satisfying progression loop. As you advance, you unlock shops, new equipment, and even a museum to track your accomplishments. The UI is clean and intuitive, making navigation a breeze. However, the story is minimal, with quests like finding a shiny stone feeling more like placeholders than narrative-driven objectives. There is no open-world exploration, just a series of battles across different locations. However, if you enjoy classic RPGs and Flash-era nostalgia, this won't bother you much. Swords and Souls Neverseen does not reinvent the genre, but it nails the most important rule. It is fun, and that's what truly matters. And number 6 we have the Tartarus Key, a tense, Saw-inspired puzzle adventure where you wake up in a mysterious mansion with no memory of how you got there. Armed with only a walkie-talkie and security cameras, you must navigate death traps, solve intricate puzzles, and uncover a sinister mystery. As Alex Young, your goal is to escape and rescue others trapped in the mansion. Each room presents a different life or death puzzle, from mixing antidotes for poison victims to navigating deadly electric floor mazes. The difficulty ramps up fast, demanding key observation and logic. There is no hint system, no second chances on critical puzzles, and interactive objects are not highlighted. It is up to you to figure things out, making every solved puzzle deeply satisfying. The game's low-poly PS1-style graphics add to its unsettling atmosphere. The limited draw distance keeps you on edge, making you question if a new trap or unseen threat lurks just ahead. The mansion is not just creepy, it is layered with eerie themes, from secret science labs to satanic-like rituals. The deeper you go, the more you question whether this is reality or just another elaborate puzzle. Multiple endings mean not everyone will survive, and the game does not hold your hand. If you love tough puzzles and immersive horror mysteries, the Tartarus Key is a must-play. If puzzles frustrate you though, this might feel more like a nightmare than a game. Either way, you won't forget this experience anytime soon. At number 7 we have Sonny Legacy Collection. Sonny Legacy Collection brings back the classic Flash RPGs Sonny 1 and Sonny 2, preserving their original gameplay and charm. You step into the shoes of a zombie trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic world while battling waves of enemies in turn-based combat. Skill trees, stat management, and loot collection at depth, making it a solid RPG experience. If you played these games or armor games back in the day, you will feel right at home. The art style, voice acting, and familiar mechanics remain untouched. Min-maxing your stats, grinding through training fights, and strategizing for boss battles all feel just as engaging. The first game takes about 3 hours to complete, including the bonus World 4. However, Sonny 2 highlights the game's repetitive nature. Once you acquire powerful form skills, combat can feel formulaic. Enter a heightened state, execute a simple skill rotation, and win. While there's some room for strategy, the gameplay loop can grow stale. The collection keeps things authentic, even referencing the old Armor Games forums. But in today's gaming world, the lack of modern updates is noticeable. The Steam Deck controls are not optimized, tutorial reminders get annoying, and the AI behavior resets after every battle. If you're deeply nostalgic, this collection is a treat. If you're looking for a more evolved RPG, you might find it dated. Still, it is a great preservation effort, and it sparks hope for a true Sonny reboot with modern refinements. At number 8 we have LumbearJack, a short and charming puzzle adventure where you play as Jack, a bear on a mission to restore nature by chopping down man-made structures and recycling debris. Armed with an axe and a group of quirky animal friends, you take on the sinister Evilworks Corporation, which threatens to destroy the forest. Gameplay is simple yet satisfying. You break objects, collect scraps to upgrade your axe, and solve light puzzles by interacting with the environment. There are also bonus objectives, like smashing hidden bear traps and slapping humans to make them more eco-conscious. While these mechanics add variety, the core gameplay loop remains largely the same throughout the 20 short levels. LumbearJack stands out with its colorful, papercraft-style visuals and fun expressive animations. The game's humor shines through in its slapstick interactions and the chaos of destroying corporate machinery. The music and sound design complement the cozy, lighthearted atmosphere, making it a relaxing experience. However, the game is very short, taking about 2 to 5 hours to complete depending on how much you explore. While it is enjoyable, the repetitive gameplay and lack of challenge may not hold your attention for long. Additionally, some mechanics, like using golf clubs to launch bombs, feel a bit clunky compared to the core axe-swinging action. LumbearJack is a fun and relaxing game, great for quick play sessions. It is best picked up in this bundle, and if you enjoy simple, charming puzzle games with an environmental message, you will likely have a good time. At number 9 we have Don't Escape, 4 Days to Survive, a 2019 third-person point-and-click survival adventure game. You wake up to a dying world, with the moon shattered and looming overhead, and only 4 days left to survive. What makes this game unique is in how it combines classic adventure gameplay with clever time management and survival mechanics. Each day starts with a dream, predicting what's coming, maybe a swarm of insects or a deadly cold front, and you have limited hours to prepare before night falls. Every task you do eats up time, forcing you to make tough choices. Do you take the risk to travel farther for better gear, or play it safe and stay home? The tension is real. Each action, whether it's taping windows or building barricades, directly affects whether you'll make it through the night. You'll be juggling limited inventory space, multiple locations, and a looming sense of urgency. Fail, and you'll watch your demise in a brutal cutscene. Succeed, and you'll feel genuinely relief. While the pixel art and soundtrack create a moody post-apocalyptic vibe, the characters and writing fall flat. You won't care much about your companions or protagonist, but the survival gameplay more than make up for it. Plus, with randomized events and alternate endings, it is highly replayable. If you enjoy smart atmospheric games that challenge your planning skills without hand-holding, this one's worth your time. You'll likely find yourself jumping right back in, because sometimes the world almost ends differently. At number 10 we have SOLAS 128, a deeply challenging and methodical puzzle game that tests your logic, patience, and spatial thinking. You guide beams of light through a series of interconnected rooms, using mirrors and other tools to bend, split, and combine rhythmic pulses of light. But this is not just a reflect the beam kind of puzzle. Each solution requires you to synchronize light puzzles perfectly, mix correct RGB colors, and manage a limited set of gadgets across multiple rooms. The game does not hold your hand. You'll need to learn how to read its minimalist interface, understand additive color mixing, and spot when gadgets can pass between screens, all without much help from the game itself. The visual design can be a bit too stark at times, making it hard to distinguish certain elements or see important details. The persistent dark mode and pulsing backgrounds can feel more distracting than immersive, and a few key UI decisions, like vague menu icons or non-intuitive buttons, feel undercooked. That said, once the core mechanics click, usually after a few hours, you'll find a rewarding, complex web of puzzles that feel incredibly satisfying to solve. The ambient synth soundtrack adds atmosphere, though it repeats a bit too much early on. A solid hint system helps you hit a wall, but you'll still need to think your way through. If you're up for a cerebral puzzle game with some rough edges and don't mind the minimalist aesthetic, SOLAS 128 is worth your time. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is stacked with absolute bangers from the legendary Armor Games lineup. Whether you're bending time, battling witches, or choosing wild story paths, this bundle's got that indie heat to keep your thumbs busy. Baladins, In Stars and Time, Swords and Souls Neverseen, each one hits different. So grab your controller and dive in. This is peak indie power, wrapped in armor. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider unlocking early access to videos by buying the channel a coffee. Special thanks to Terry D for subscribing to the early access army. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.